Okay, it's the 1st of the month, it being the 1st of August, so it's time for a new vlog video. And it's been a little bit of a difficult previous month, and a little bit different at the same time. I had an op, so slowly recovering from that, and then I think I still have more to come, so got that to look forward to. I won't burden people what it is, because those of you on social media, we're having social media, you probably might know what it is. But again, I want to want people to play the violin, because obviously there's people worse off than me, so that to deal with. So it's been a bit of a setback, and then the other health issues has made things a little bit difficult, especially with trying to get things done, especially with streaming, where I haven't been streaming especially obviously on Twitch, as much as I normally would be, because I've just been feeling really tired and really drained. So that's kind of a bit difficult. Although just prior to filming this, I did do a quick stream on Twitch, so you can check that out on my Twitch channel, and the video will be exported to YouTube, so you can check that out. So it's kind of been tiring, and it's been frustrating, as I said, because there's lots of other things that I've wanted to do, but it's just the energy, where I just haven't had the energy to be able to do what I wanted to do the last few weeks or so. But hopefully things will get better. But even when things have been difficult, I have been trying to push and persevere, although it's not been easy. Even doing this, for example, it's obviously still feeling a bit tired, but I just want to kind of get it out of the way, so I might try and keep it a little bit short. On a positive note, I've been to the cinema, or I don't know what the Americans call it, the theatre, and I've seen two superhero movies, the new Superman movie and the new Marvel Fantastic Four, The First Steps, and I've enjoyed both of them. So I've done a first impression of the Superman movie, as well as with the Fantastic Four First Steps. So you can check that, and I will be doing a short review on both of them. Although a lot of them, especially with Superman, a lot of the stuff that people were saying about it, things like politics and all that stuff, it really wasn't in there at all. So as whether or not I'll be able to fit that in, because in the review, because it's only going to be 15 seconds long, but it's not what a lot of what people have said. And with both films, I think that if you're familiar with the comic book material of the decades, then you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of both movies, and that's what it's about for me, really, with movies. Hence why I don't do movie review scores anymore, because for me it's just about the enjoyment of the movie. And as long as you're sitting there enjoying it, you've been entertained, then then that's the most important thing. And with both movies, I felt entertained watching both movies, and I enjoyed them in the sense that, although I paid obviously a cheaper ticket to see it on a Monday, because they had a bargain Mondays from my local cinema chain, £5 is still a lot to pay. Well, depending on if you go to see IMAX, it's going to cost you a lot more than that. But there's nothing worse than spending money on something when you're not enjoying it, so you feel that you're not getting your money's worth. And with both movies, even with the Superman movie, I came out feeling really positive and good, which is what movies are supposed to do, because it's meant to be. It takes you out of all the stuff out of real life, especially if you're going through a lot of problems in life, whether it's it could be anything, stressful, health-wise, money-wise, it could be anything. And sometimes you need these kind of whether it's movies, music, video games, whatever it is, walk around the park, holiday, you need that kind of release. And I'm really not kind of happy with the fact that you're having some of these people, sorry for the camera shake there, trying to compare both movies. The only thing they've got in common is that they're both superhero movies, and they're very different in terms of, obviously, one is focused on one character, while there's other characters in the Superman movie, and then one other character, Fantastic Four, obviously is based on the group, and your whole trajectory and the direction of where the characters are going in the movies, and the point of the movies, they're very different movies. It's kind of similar like when people say, oh, you must love, you ever have to choose Marvel or DC. Why can't I love both as a superhero stroke comic book fan? Why can't I enjoy both? And no one's going to tell me that I have to pick. similar thing for consoles where you got Sony, Xbox, Nintendo, and obviously I grew up with Nintendo first, and then PlayStation. For a while, a brief while, I had a Mega Drive, which I borrowed for nearly a year, but which I enjoyed, by the way. And my biggest regret is I didn't get one. Although one day I still think I will, at some point. It's never too late. And obviously, eventually it was PlayStation, and then Xbox, which I was a bit late in the day with the Xbox. But all in all, I love all of the consoles because they've all got something to offer, and I don't like these silly fanboy wars where it's like, oh, PlayStation is better than Xbox, Xbox is better than PlayStation, Nintendo's better than PlayStation, or Nintendo's better than Xbox. To me, if you prefer one's format, then that's fine. And if you, but don't begrudge other people from liking what they want to like, because at the end of the day, everyone's got different tastes. Similar with superhero films, as I said before, I love Marvel and DC because they're different. I don't want even one of them to kind of fail in any shape or form. So I'm looking forward to Avengers Doomsday and Supergirl and Clayface and whatever they make a Wonder Woman reboot, or whatever that James Gunn has down the pipeline. It's already been announced that he's already going to be writing a sequel to Superman, so that's really great. So when I see some of these Marvel fanboys or these Snyder fanboys, it's for me, it's just silly. I mean, I just want to see good. I just want to see good movies, whether they're sci-fi, whether it's what I'm into, whether it's sci-fi, action, comedy, thrillers, wherever it may be. I just want to see good, really good movies doing well. So that's kind of my take on it. But as well, it was nice going back out to the cinema again. The last movie I saw was The Flash, which I know some people didn't like. I actually liked it. I mean, it did have its problems on and off screen, but I did like it. I'm a softie at heart, but again, it did have its problems, but I did enjoy it. So that was the last film I saw in the cinema, and then because prior to that, my local cinema chain at the time, during the pandemic, obviously was closed, and then when it reopened, they put up their tickets, and they weren't doing the bargain Mondays or whatever, Tuesdays as it was called then. And then the tickets started to get more and more expensive, so I stopped going, and then The Flash was the last one I saw. Then that particular cinema chain went completely bust, so we didn't have any more. So the cinema basically was empty for quite a while. I think it reopened last year, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it opened in 2024. It reopened under a new cinema chain. And then during the time when it was empty, I think squatters went in there and people had a rave, which I thought would have died out ages ago, and basically wrecked the entire place. So a new company came in, took over it, and basically had to fix up the inside of the cinema, and then it was reopened last year. I don't remember when last year, but it was open in 2024. And then when I went, the tickets were still the tickets were a little bit cheaper than what they normally would be. And then it's only recently they started doing the bargain Mondays, where it's £5 a ticket. So that was music to my ears. So it made it easy for me, because if they hadn't done that, I probably would have paid I think on most days it's £6.95, on other days it's £7.95. So I would have paid it anyway just to see Superman, because obviously people know how much I love Superman. So I would have seen it, and paid the price. And then Fantastic Four would have seen that. And then obviously with it being £5, it just made it a lot easier for me. A lot smaller pill to swallow, so to speak. And yeah, I don't regret going back there. And it was a nice experience being able to see movies on the big screen again. And yeah, and trying not to go to the toilet so you don't miss any of the scenes in the movie. So as I said, I've done a first impressions of both movies. I'll be doing a short review. I'll probably just keep it short and sweet. Maybe I might do a discussion video, maybe much later down the line. And yeah, if there's any movies that tickle my fancy, yeah, I might go and then just see them on the bargain Monday, because it's gonna be a lot cheaper. So yeah, that's been a positive note in terms of being able to go back to the cinema again and seeing two great movies. So been really happy about that. In other things, I've still been enjoying the Switch 2. Really enjoying that console. They finally put Mario Paint on there now, and you can either connect a mouse via USB or use the controller as a mouse. I haven't tried it out yet, but I'm looking forward to trying that. And then there were lots of people crying out saying that they should put Mario Paint on the Super Nintendo Classics part of the membership, and they've finally done it, so that's kind of great. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. I think that there's that new demo of that game. I forgot what it's called again, but Nintendo's doing, and they're doing it for 3 consecutive days. That game, I think it's you're playing that basketball in that playing basketball in that wheelchair game. So, and it does look better from what I've seen from previous trailers. So looking forward to trying it out. I think it runs for 3 days, I think, of different types, depending on where you are in the world. And yeah, Switch 2 have been absolutely really been enjoying it. Although I did have to replace my USB-C cable, charge cable that came with my Nintendo Switch Pro controller, the first one, not the Pro controller 2, because when I bought my one secondhand from CX, and then they just gave me a generic USB-C cable. Well, at first they gave me the wrong one, and then I had to take it back. It wasn't even a type, it was USB-C. And then they just gave me a generic one, and then it was all right. And then it started peeling. So I ordered just a generic one off of eBay, and that one's a lot better. Still it's roughly about the same length, and it's a lot thicker as well. And the Colton in it seems to be a lot stronger than the one that CX gave me. So I don't know why it didn't end up with the original Nintendo USB-C cable. Although I've seen the official ones I've seen on eBay, but they're about £10. Maybe one day I probably will get the official one just to match it at some point. But I'm happy with that. Or probably will just get a Pro controller too at some point, and then just use that to charge it, because it's the same ports, you know, the way you charge it. So that's a bit of a bummer. Although I do have a USB-C cable, a really long 3-meter one somewhere, but I just don't remember where it is. I was using it to charge the Game & Watch games, the handheld games of, you know, the Super Mario Brothers one and the Legend of Zelda one, which I've done unboxings of both on my YouTube channel, so you can check those out. I've got 2 new Switch 2 games of all the key card. One is Bravely Default, the Flying Fairy HD remaster, which I think was on the DS at one point. So got that as a key card, and I managed to get it for a really good price. Well, cheap. It kept fluctuating on Amazon. Plus Amazon UK. Plus they allowed you to give this deal where it seems to be disappearing on and off these days, where you can pay off a game over 3 months interest free, for spread it on the cost over 3 months, and it's interest free, so that's great. So I used that to get that game, and then I bought Street Fighter 6, the Years 1 and 2 Fighters Edition, and obviously that's a key card. And again, it went down in price, and I've spread the cost of that. But the only irritating thing about that game is that you get the main game, which is Street Fighter 2, on the key card, which you still have to download. And then to get the Years 1 and 2 Fighters DLC, they give you a piece of a code where you have to scratch off, and then also redeem it to get the Years 1 and 2 Fighters DLC, which I think is dumb, because considering that the game isn't really on the key card, and once you put the key card in there, it downloads it. I don't know why they couldn't have done it like that. Capcom, I've got a bad history. I will have said this in the Street Fighter 6 unboxing video of when they release newer versions of their Street Fighter games, with the newer where they put the characters on it. They don't put it on the disc. They re-release the game again. Like, for example, they did Street Fighter 5, and they re-released it as Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition. And all they did was change the artwork, and then same disc, but you had to have a DLC code that came in a little piece of paper. So basically, if you bought the game secondhand, and you thinking you're going to get it in a disc at the time, you will sadly be mistaken. Except, funnily enough, with the Mortal Kombat games, when they release the all-in-one Ultimate Editions of their Mortal Kombat games, they put it all on a disc, which is great if you're buying it secondhand. So now in total, now I've got 3 Switch 2 games if you include, obviously if you include Mario Kart World, which I got digitally, so I've got that. I've been collecting some more vinyls, which one of them you've already seen me upload. And I've filmed one of them, another one, and I've actually got 2 more vinyls coming along. So just need a record player at some point. Although technically I do have one, my old grandfather's one, but it doesn't work anymore. And it's because it's an old style one. It's gonna be hard to repair. So I think at some point I'm gonna have to invest in a record player. So yeah, I'm a bit late to the party when it comes to vinyl. It runs in the family when it comes to my family members buying vinyl records or using vinyl records. So especially with my late cousin, he had a huge vinyl collection and used to DJ at the Notting Hill Carnival every year, and even used to do parties and stuff. People, obviously, I mean, he passed away about over a year ago, more than a year ago, and now his son is he's following his footsteps, so that's great. So now I'm a bit late to the party when it comes to vinyl now. I've always been cassette and then CD, so I got that. So and then I've been collecting some you probably would have already seen some clothing pickups that I've got, especially they've been doing, in especially like JD and Choice. They've been doing a lot of sportswear sales, and it's been kind of really difficult because certain sizes disappear quickly if you're of a particular size. But I've been lucky enough to get those a couple good bargains, and even some trainer bargains. Well, another pair of trainers I got, which I've been looking at for those trainers for a couple of years now, and they're from a company called Mackenzie, which you've seen some of the clothing pickups that I've done from them, and they're so you got that to look forward to eventually. Me uploading that because I have filmed it, and I have another pair of trainers that I got during the January sales from JD Sports as well. So I'm just gonna film that as well. So they're 2 very good pairs of trainers, but obviously I'll upload that one first. And some beauty products that I've managed to get, some new facial washes, body scrubs, things like that I've managed to get. So some of them I've already uploaded, some of them I haven't, so and then some of them I will be following up after a few weeks of use of what my opinion of what I think of the particular products are. I really need to do, other than just playing Forza on the Xbox, Forza Motorsport on the Xbox, I really need to start doing other games, because I've got plenty of Xbox games and digital games that I bought for the Xbox, so I need to do that. Nintendo games will obviously be out of the question, because when I'm streaming with the streaming, I'm doing it via the consoles, not through an Elgato card and all that stuff. So, and then for some weird reason, I'm getting stick drift on my PS5 controller, which is the first time I've ever had that on a PlayStation controller. So I've tried to clean it with isopropyl alcohol. I've even and it worked, and it came back again. And then I've recently bought one of them air cans to clean it, so I don't know if it's completely gone. And I do have a spare one, but I don't, because the DualSense controllers are really expensive. If I do end up using the other one, I do want to at least get another one, so I've got a backup, because and it's always when they were doing them in sales, I never bothered getting one, and then when you do kind of need one, there's no sales about. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get another one at some point. And I've been doing a lot more reviews of older films as well, and I've got in my collection. I think I've done like films like Predator and Mission Impossible 2, which both are really good Blu-ray steelbooks. So if you're wondering why with some of them using steelbooks, it's just a way of showcasing some of those particular movies, because some of them I have as normal Blu-rays, some of them I have as steelbooks. So yeah, I'm kind of loving the short format when it comes to reviews, because it keeps it short but sweet. If people are interested in certain movies that want me to do more in depth, and let me know in the comment section, and then if it's a particular film, and I might consider kind of doing that. I do need to do some more TV show reviews, because the last one I did was Smallville season 1, and it's obviously I need to do Smallville season 2 and work my way through that, just finding the energy of like kind of writing what I need to say and breaking it down and picking out my favorite episodes as well. So I need to do that, and I've got other TV shows as well So I might do another TV show before going back to Smallville. Some of the ones that I have are favourites, and I know I've been obviously picking up my collection of Blu-rays most of the time, just secondhand or get them dirt cheap, or when they do the two Blu-ray for £3. And a lot of them have been super related, or the classic Disney animated movies from the 50s and the 40s. For me, that's the Disney that I kind of grew up with and I actually loved. So I've got a couple of those to upload and to do, and some more video game unboxings to either film or upload. So I got all that. So that's pretty much been it. And then also been doing one or two food reviews and some drink reviews as well. And I've got some more drink reviews to do on my YouTube channel. So that's pretty much it really in terms of what I've been doing. I have filmed like quite a backlog of videos as well. I'm not doing as many rant videos because I'm not going to do something that's forced, so to speak, because it's only when something kind of comes up, so to speak. But yeah, just expect more of the same when it comes to when it comes to my channel. In terms of Blu-ray unboxings, like whether they're Blu-ray, steelbooks, DVDs on the kind of the rare occasion, video games across the different formats, clothing pickups. I've picked up some really good bargains as before. Been getting some vinyls as well. So that's kind of really been great, and I really need to get back to doing some more video game playthroughs, which is what I started off with on my YouTube channel. At the moment, if you're a PlayStation owner, you can get the Ubisoft membership for £1. So I might actually get that, and then you've got up until I think the 6th of the 8th of August to get it for £1. Previously, I had EA Plays for £1 via PlayStation. So as far as I know, not as far as I know, I've checked that the Ubisoft 1 month membership is £1 only on PlayStation. I've only seen it on PlayStation 5. I haven't checked to see if that's a similar deal on PS4, but it's definitely on PS5 that it's there. So, and then on Xbox, it's still at 14 or 16.99. So maybe they'll eventually do it there eventually. I do know that they did do the Ubisoft £1 for 1 month a few months ago, and I actually missed it. So I'm gonna make sure that I get it this time. And I think there's one Assassin's Creed Rogue. That's the only remaster of the Assassin's Creed games that I don't actually own. So I might actually try that. And I don't know if Assassin's Creed Shadows is on there. I'm assuming it is. I might even check it out. Not do a proper playthrough, but just check out to see what it's like before I eventually buy it, because I want to own that physically, like what I've done with the rest of the Assassin's Creed games. So if you've got all that goodness to look forward to my YouTube channel. One little mistake I made was the USB charge cable for the Switch Pro controller. I said it was £3.24. When I checked, it was £3.19. It's only off by 5p, but yeah, so for expect the same. Again, I'm gonna have to decide what other games I'm gonna play other than Forza Motorsport. There's some demos that I also want to finish up as well, like Star Wars Outlaws, which I did one part of it. They give you like a 3-hour trial, and I'm guessing that's going to be on the Ubisoft part of the Ubisoft membership as well. Although I won't be able to finish all the games in a month. But yeah, I've got tons of big games, and I also heard that the game Hitman Absolution is at some point I don't know if it's this year or next year. Yeah, I've read it on the Switch 1. It's coming this year, and then on the Switch 2, it's coming out next year. So that's going to be great. At some point, I definitely would love to get that, because I've played it on Xbox, because it's a really, really, really good game with the fact that you can do the missions differently. And it'll be nice if they add different controls, like the gyro controls. Obviously, you can play it on the on your TV, or even play it handheld. So I think that's a great little game. Well, I know it was decisive. It was decisive with a lot of fans of the game, but I actually really liked it, because you could sit there and do anything you wanted, and it would give you, if you did a mission one way, it would give you a certain amount of points. I mean, if you did it, there's several different ways of completing the mission, and each different way gives you a series of different points and different unlocks depending on how you do the game. So it's a really underrated game in my honest opinion. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. As I said before, just expect this. I'm going to try and do different video games. I've been trying to do more demos as well. Just a shame that I can't do more full plays of Nintendo games, unfortunately. Maybe in the future I'll be able to do that when I get an Elgato card and figure out how to do that. But in the meantime, that's what I'll have to do. And hopefully I can find a PS5 DualSense controller cheap somewhere, or even more discounted than what they normally go for. But yeah, that's the vlog for August, and I'll see you all again in September.